Step back in time to the 1800s in the United States, a period when the slave market had a peculiar obsession with light-skinned black young girls known as fancy girls. Quite astonishingly, white men would pay up to $2,000 for a fancy girl, an amount equivalent to nearly $80,000 today. To put this into perspective, with $2,000 one could acquire 500 acres of land or even 5 premium horses. A skilled craftsman of the time would need to work for a staggering 10 years to earn this sum. And brace yourselves, one of the highest prices recorded for a fancy girl was a whopping $5,233, around $200,000 in today's money. Indeed, owning a fancy girl became a status symbol among slave traders, gamblers and saloon keepers. A dark chapter in history, yet one we must not forget. In the annals of medical history, one name stands out: Henrietta Lacks. Born Loretta Pleasant in August 1920, her life took an unexpected turn when she was diagnosed with cervical cancer in the early 1950s. Treated at Johns Hopkins University, a doctor named George Gay took cells from her cervix without her knowledge. What he discovered was unprecedented. Lacks' cells were unique. They could not only stay alive, but also reproduce indefinitely under specific conditions. For over 6 decades, these immortal cells, known as the HeLa cell line, have been vital to medical research. From studying the long-term effects of radiation to testing the live polio vaccine, they've been instrumental in countless breakthroughs. However, the commercialization of her cells has sparked controversy. Despite generating millions in profits, Lacks' family remained unaware of their existence for over 2 decades after her death. Henrietta Lacks, a woman whose legacy continues to shape modern medicine. Dawn breaks in the early 19th century. A remarkable woman named Rebecca Lee Crumpler emerges, blazing a trail in the field of medicine. Born in Delaware, 1831, she endures immense challenges as a black woman aspiring to don the white coat. Fast forward to 1864, against a backdrop of staggering odds, she etches her name in history, becoming the first African-American woman in the United States to earn a medical degree. From Massachusetts nurse to physician, her journey weaves a tale of resilience. Her dedication escorts her through the doors of the New England Female Medical College, where she completes her studies. Dr. Crumpler's passion extends beyond academia, reaching into the heart of a nation ravaged by the Civil War, providing crucial medical care to freed slaves in the South. Her book, A Book of Medical Discourses, stands as a testament to her dedication to public health and her tireless efforts to uplift marginalized communities. Dr. Crumpler's legacy, a beacon illuminating our path, reminding us that barriers can crumble, dreams can manifest through perseverance, and a commitment to healing.
Born around 1753 in West Africa, Phyllis Wheatley was thrust into a life of hardship, kidnapped and sold into slavery. Her journey led her across treacherous seas aboard a ship named Phyllis. Upon arrival in North America, she was purchased by the Wheatley family of Boston, taking their name and that of the ship as her own. Against all odds, young Phyllis was gifted an education, a rare privilege for an enslaved individual during that era. At the tender age of 14, she penned her first poem, directed to the University of Cambridge, Harvard, in New England. Fast forward to 1773, Phyllis Wheatley etched her name in history. Her collection of poems on various subjects, religious and moral, was published in London. This monumental achievement crowned her as the first African-American author to have a book of poetry published. Phyllis Wheatley, a beacon of resilience and talent, forever etched in the annals of literary history.
In the grim chapters of history, the plight of the bedwench or bedwarmer unveils a tale of unfathomable hardship. These were enslaved women forced to serve their masters in the most intimate and degrading of ways. Their duties extended beyond warming a bed. They were often victims of sexual abuse, their bodies seen as mere commodities. A young African woman's sacred honor, once reserved for her betrothed, was stolen and discarded. Eminent scholar E. Franklin Frazier, in his seminal work, The Negro Family in the United States, categorizes the sexual relations between master and female slave into 3 distinct categories. Firstly, there's the glaring horror of rape, where masters used threats of violence or promised reprieve from the lash to exploit these women. Secondly, Frazier discovered instances where enslaved women submitted to their master's desires to escape his wrath, lured into believing they were gaining concrete advantages such as better food, clothing, or a respite from. Imagine a time before home security systems, were commonplace. A time when a brave and resourceful nurse named Mary Van Britton Brown took matters into her own hands. Living alone in Queens, New York, while her husband was away, she found herself in a neighborhood where crime was rampant and police response was unpredictable. In the year 1966, Brown conceived an ingenious solution. She designed a unit equipped with a camera that could glide into and peer through 4 peepholes in her front door. The images captured by this camera would then be displayed on a monitor inside her home. Thus, she could scrutinize any potential intruders from the safety of her own living room. This was no ordinary nurse. This was Mary Van Britton Brown, the co-inventor of the home security system as we know it today. Her legacy continues to protect homes and lives across the globe.
Hearken to the tale of Mary Ellen Pleasant, a millionaire maven before the era of Madam C.J. Walker. Born in the year 1814, Pleasant was a master of manipulation, parting ways with her parents at a tender age. The year was 1852, when she sailed into California, her clever cunning captivating a wealthy businessman. Little did the high society know, Mary's knack for overhearing conversations turned her into a business maestro, learning more about the world of commerce than any institution could impart. By the time 1860 rolled around, she was basking in the glow of her own success, owning prosperous laundry enterprises and dabbling in real estate like a true monarch of the market. Alongside her partner, Thomas Bell, a shrewd white business clerk, Mary navigated through the murky waters of discrimination with a sly grin and a clever twist. Throughout her life, Mary spun a web of wealth, amassing over $30 million. Quite the financial tornado for a woman leagues ahead of her era.